Hey, good morning, Math 8 students. We are heading it back into systems of equations. You've done a little bit of this, but it's time we take this a little deeper. So we're going to kind of back up and kind of go through some things you should be a reminder to you, so not very difficult, and then we'll move forward later in this unit into some things that will challenge you a little bit more. So first one today, not terribly difficult. I expect to see a lot of you will blow right through this one, which is probably good news for you. So it's called solutions of systems of equations. So we need to know, is 1, 2 a solution to both of these equations? So you got to remember, 1 is your x-coordinate, 2 is your y-coordinate. So I'm going to take and I'm going to plug 1 in for x right up here, and I'm going to plug 2 in for y for this equation, and then I'm also going to do it again for the second equation. And I need to know, is it truly an answer that makes it work for both of them? So if I plug these in, you'll notice I'm doing this first equation first, which I've plugged in right up here. I plugged in 1 for x, I plugged in 2 for y, and I'm solving. Well, 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And I still have the negative 1 on this side. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Notice that the two sides do balance, which means yes, it does work for this one. But even though it works for this one, that doesn't mean my answer is yes yet. I have to plug it into the second one and make sure it works for that one. So you'll notice for my second equation right here, I've plugged in 2 for y. I've plugged in 1 for x. Notice I plugged in 1 for x and put the negative on the outside of the parentheses. It's really important when you plug in, you always use your parentheses, otherwise you're going to get mixed up on your positive and negative numbers. It happens every year. For those students that use parentheses, they don't struggle. The ones that forget to use parentheses, they tend to struggle on this part of it. So now we take negative 1 times 1, which is negative 1. And then we take negative 1 plus 3, which is 2. And you'll notice both sides do equal each other. So it also works for this one. If I get yes for the first equation and yes for the second equation, then the answer is yes, it works for both of them. All right, let's try this one now. You're going to notice my x-coordinate is 4, my y-coordinate is 1. So again, I will plug in 4 for both x-coordinates. I will plug in 1 for both y-coordinates, and I'm going to solve. So here we go. As I plug in 4 for x and 1 for y, negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 16 plus 3 is negative 13. This one does not equal. Okay, so this one's a no, it doesn't equal. The second one, when I plug the 4 in, it equaled 12. When I plug the 1 in, it equaled minus 9. 12 minus 9 is 3. You'll notice this one did work. So, well, it works for one of them, and it didn't work for the other one. The only one that really matters here is one of them did not work. And that's all it takes to make this a no answer. If one of them is no, it's a no. If both of them are yes, then it's a yes. Hopefully you won't have any issues with this one. Good luck, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.